Hello, guys. Our presentation is an investigation about the OECD, or Organization for Cooperation and Economic Development, and the step of Colombia to enter. Okay, let's start. But what is the OECD? Founded in, founded in 1961, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development (OECD) groups 36 member countries, and its mission is to promote policies that improve the economic and social well-being of people around the world. Its history started in the year 1948. It started as an organization for European Economic Cooperation (OEEC) with European countries. In 1960, integrates Canada and the United States after being encouraged by the success of the Paris-based OEEC. In 1961, the OECD is officially born, and the year 1964 entered Japan and other countries. We find the principal objectives. First, achieve at the strongest possible expansion of the economy and employment, and increase the standards of living in the member countries, maintain financial stability, and thus contribute to the development of the world economy. Second, contribute to a healthy economic expansion in the member countries and in the developing non-members. Third, contribute to expansion of world trade. There are approximately 10 requirements to enter the OECD, and the more important is the process of joining the OECD begins with the will of the country to be part of the organization. But what were the main steps of Colombia to enter the OECD? First, President Juan Manuel Santos entering the OECD is a great challenge. We want to be participants as developed, responsible, and best practice country. This process started in the year 2011. In January, the President interested in belonging to the OECD. Between the years 2011 and 2013, started work with 10 committees. In May 2013, OECD Council formally invites Colombia to start the process. In September 2013, the very roadmap to Colombia with the terms and conditions of the process. In March of 2013, delivery of the initial memorandum to the OECD. Between 2014 and 2016, committees evaluation, approximately 23 committees and 200 standards. In the years 2016, council of each committee to a secretary, and between 2016 and 2017, final decision by the OECD Council. In May 2018, the bill was approved and signed by the Congress of the Republic. Colombia was accepted as a new member to the OECD. Okay, guys. Thank you.
Good evenings. First of all, I would like to speak very shortly about the committees and the reforms. And I found a lot of committees, but I'm going to speak one case because I think is one of the most important to me, and also they can have a lot of changes in the society of Colombia. And Colombia and the OECD have a lot of committees about education. And first, they start to analyze all the areas of Colombian territory and the education of the young people in Colombia, and asking when they start to study high school, how are the families integrated, how far they were from the schools, until how many they finish the primarity, the high school, or the university. Okay, so they find a lot of problems, like big problems, but I'm going to take two of them because it's one of the big ones that have need a lot of improvements. Okay, so the first one is how dangerous are some areas for the young people, because in some conflict areas between the guerrillas and the military of Colombia, the state is being out of this is out of this present for these young people. So for them it's very dangerous to go to the home to go to the school because it's very long distance, and sometimes they have confrontation between two sides. So, and the second one was that in other areas that the government have more present, they find their parents, they don't think it's necessary to go to high school because they need to provide money to their homes and get some food and some living. These are the two main reasons in some big problems in Colombia, in some areas of Colombia. So what did they suggest? They suggest that the military can take a plan to have more present in those areas that the order to defend in order to defend the security of the young people. They are our new generation. They need the guarantees, they need the rights, they need to grow as a normal child. So in the places that the schools are, they need to be more secure for them, can have regular studies. Okay, and the second one is is that the government is taking a lot of spaces to teach their parents how they can how can they take their childrens and have a better future if they continue study, and they can prepare themselves to be as a professional. If they knew it, they can change like the how they lives, because there is one professional in their homes, and they can improve the life not only of the children that maybe can grow in a better future, also their own life.
Benefits for Colombia. One of the benefits for our country is the one of having financing white preferential interest rights. Our nation will get better advanced in development policies. The image of our country will be strengthened. Colombia will be able to strengthen its international ties white the only fact of having dialogues white countries that have succeeded when designing social and economic policies. Disadvantage for Colombia. High costs for OECD entry, high administrative expenditures are required for the production of reports and inquiries. besides at yearly increase in the contribution of the organization budget.